Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome back to the chat show in Conversations at the Crossroads. We all know that the times are uncertain, life is uncertain, but at the same time, life is beautiful and time is in our control only when we take the right step. In Conversations at the Crossroads, basically brings all of us together because we know that we are connected. We are connected through social media, we are connected through different energies that we all carry, and we are connected with the air we breathe. And when we are at crossroads, we need support from our friends, our families, our loved ones, and whoever who can bring smile on our face, give us energy, and give us that push. Now that we are connected through social media, we all should know each other. And that's the main purpose of this chat show of bringing new people, meeting them, connecting with them, and knowing their life journey and knowing them much better. So today, as you all know, we have our guest, Mallika Rao. Now, what should I describe her? A moon face, beautiful, queen, angel. All these words mean Mallika, and she is truly all these words. When you meet her, when you see her, or when you listen to her, that's mesmerizing. And the only word that comes to you is awesome. Life is awesome. And she also is named as a Woman of Excellence by Indian Achievers Award. She's fascinated by the ancient wisdom and combines it with the modern Western wisdom. Her signature program, Emotional Mastery Program, has helped over more than hundreds of professionals and entrepreneurs. And she is very, very, very calm, clear, and very confident. And that is what makes a difference in her life coach, in her opportunities as an award winning life coach, a speaker, mindfulness, and a meditation teacher. She brings over 16 years of experience and holistic wellness. Let me welcome Mallika Rao. Hi, Mallika.
Hi, that was such an awesome introduction. That's wonderful.
I was still feeling that have I missed something? You're so awesome.
Oh my God, you made my day. Fantastic. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, as you know, we introduce our people, are the guest, but then we leave our guest with one question to start with that what does crossroad mean to you in your life or in general?
Hmm. See, I could give different perspectives on this because, as a human being who's going through and who will sure go through many crossroads going forward, and also as a life coach who helps people when they come to their crossroads. Um, I believe that this is a very natural state of being, and we all go through it. And these are, I would like to call them turning points of your life. They could make you or break you. And when you use the right wisdom and you make the right choices, and it could actually propel you to the next level of your being. It can help you evolve. So it's all up to you how you utilize this. So I would say it's a profound moment of shift.
Lovely, lovely. So, yeah, we heard it. It's a profound moment of shift. But this shift or this moment is very difficult as well because that's the time you have to make the most critical decisions of your life. It's the time when nobody stands with you. They are there to support you, but you have to walk through that crossroads on your own. That journey is you. That decision is your ownership. And that crossroads is your life. Well said, Malika. That's really amazing. So now that we know what crossroads mean, can you share one incident of your life that you think was the crossroads of your life? I'm sure we have many crossroads, but there are one or two incidents in our lives that leave a mark in our memories? Can you share one, please?
I'm lucky to have plenty of them, but yes, I would love to share one which is very close to my heart and which I believe a lot of us go through. So I come from a typical South Indian family where you can be only three things. Okay, you can either be a doctor or engineer or a failure. So if you choose anything else, you have no no future. You're a total you're a lost case. So coming from this background, anything if you want to do anything different than that would be going against this stream, right? So I try to be the good girl, at least from my end, I believe. Get good marks, behave yourself, and no fights. Get good grades, and once you do that, get a good job, get good salary, get a good husband, get good children. So everything mark, 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 because it is expected out of you, or rather. And I was thinking, just filling those lines and checking those boxes is going to make you happy, and you have enjoyed everything. So at the age of 28, okay, having worked in corporate for over 9 years, because I started very early, and then good family, all parents are healthy, good husband, um, healthy, happy, beautiful children, and good social life, everything. But something was missing. And I think juggling all these things and in a hurry to do these check boxes, I actually came to a point where I exhausted myself. So, in the corporate terms, we call it a burnout, and from there started. I think at the age of 32, I was still struggling with it. I didn't understand what exactly was going wrong. I'm trying even more harder to get better at it, but things are just slipping out of your hand. And some one fine day, I just landed at a psychiatrist's office, and after listening to me for 15 minutes, she gave me a prescription and she said, "Have these pills, one in the morning, one in the evening." And I looked at it and said, "I'm like, what the hell is this?" I'm like, I'm trying to tell you there is something. And then I got a prescription of antidepressants because, come on, I'm not depressed for heaven's sake. But that was a moment of awareness for me that I actually brought myself to that point of complete depletion, and that was crossroads for me. It was I was spiritually depleted so much that I had no energy left, and I was not finding happiness in anything. And I remember I went to a close by French restaurant. I was working abroad back then, and then I called my father, and he told me one thing, that go back to meditation. That's where your journey began. And I, like I mentioned, I come from a South Indian family. I was introduced to meditation at the age of 7. But when you do things mechanically and manually and just follow these in to checkbox things, you actually come to that point where you're doing everything on automated mode, right? So that was a turning point for me, because I had to make a decision then, to do a mindset change. It is not about changing one habit or one thing. I had to change, or rather I had to transform in order for me to rewrite my definition of success, and enjoy life to the fullest. And thank God for that moment. It happened then, that I told myself that I will put that slip aside and I'm going to try my processes from my ancient wisdom that has been, so lucky enough that I've been taught earlier in life, that I'm going to follow them. And mindfulness and meditation has changed my life. I've never once taken any pill, and it completely shifted my perspective. And since then, I am on a mission to share these lessons with everybody, as to how you can make this profound shift. Once you connect with yourself and find your inner peace, that's it, the game over there. And then you will start playing like a different person altogether, like a pro. So you are the Sachin Tendulkar on the field. You know how to play it so well.
Okay. So thank you, Malika, for that. And while you were talking, I could catch few words which were like meditation, and you were, you know, You got to know meditation from the age of 7. Now, I've also heard that there are more than 100 types, maybe 108 types of meditations or methods of meditation. And from my sources, I do know that you have tried over 55 or 60 types. Can you share some light on that?
Oh, great. Yes, that's my favorite part. So, there was this one time I was at a speaking engagement and somebody asked me, "You tried 60 of them. One didn't work." so, so, to that, as per Vedas, Lord Shiva has explained about 118 different forms of meditation to Ma Parvati, right? So, which means that there's no one size fits all, and there are many meditation techniques out there. Now, um, and again, it depends on what is that you want to achieve. Like, for example, Vipassana or some monk style meditation that are happening back then, it is actually for people back then who left everything away and they would move to forest or live in a cave and they have monk style meditation. That's a totally different thing. Their path is different. But as a corporate professional or a professional here in times like these, where you want to have it all, right? It is not about you're going to cut yourself everything and then go live in caves. Hopefully not. If you are not that kind of a person, and if you want great, you want to look great and feel fabulous, and you want to have great bank balance, you want to travel the world, you want to have great relationships, you want to have amazing children, or you want to have amazing career that you love, then you need a different style of meditation. So my quest for meditation is that I'm open to learning as and when I had that opportunity. I always learn because I'm fascinated about it. I think there is no bad way of doing it. Yeah, sometimes you have bad examples. You'll know what not to do in order to achieve the result that you want. So that's where my fascination started. And then I have been very lucky to be traveling to different places, have been exposed to different cultures and spiritual communities. And I enjoyed learning from every master I came across.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, Malika, now it's exciting to know this journey. I wanted to know what are the three things that you would share with the audience who are listening with us that you learned from your crossroads of life.
Hmm. All right. Um, it goes like this. The first and foremost is this. Like I mentioned about my crossroads, I think I brought myself to the verge of burnout because I was disconnected with myself. I was so busy towing the line for others. In sense, I was so busy following the definitions of success by others that I never once paused to ask, what does success mean to me? What does happiness mean to me? Or what does a great relationship mean to me? What does a great career mean to me? And what is that I love doing? What I'm good at? So I think the first and foremost is connecting with yourself. You need to know who you truly are and what is your path and where do you want to go. Otherwise, if you're not clear about your destination, you can keep going in circles and circles and never get anywhere, but you will still be running. Um, and the second part of it is finding your inner peace. And that's the most important. And as per our spiritual history, also, you will actually see that we have traditionally invested more in inward journey than the outward journey. I'm not saying do not be materialistic. I do enjoy a good shopping experience. I do enjoy having a lot of outfits. But the most important thing is the inner calm, the inner peace. And once you're at the place of peace, you'll actually see the way you work, your quality of life and relationships, everything changes. So I think the second most important is inner peace. And the third one for me is kindness. And I would say that kindness always begins from you. Be kind to yourself and be kind to everybody around you. And this is what I teach my children to every night before we go to bed. We say prayers. And in that prayer is, um, God, give me the courage to be kind to myself and everybody around me. Because what you don't have, you can't give. So, hence, I would say have the courage, have the inner peace, and then be kind.
Lovely, lovely, amazing thing. And I think people on chat are responding equally with you. We have Miss Lekha, we have I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name right, so I would just say we have a guest who has read Self Awareness is a Key. Then we have Kalpesh. We have Leena joining us. Sanjeev has written that we are at the crossroads at some point or the other in our life, and it's our inner self that decides the destiny. So that brings us to one more point, that coming to the book, for people who are watching this, um, I have authored a book at the crossroads of life. And I wanted to know from Mallika, which is your favorite chapter from the book?
Ta-da! There it is. I was so lucky enough to go to the book signing, and I got a personalized one too. So happy I am. Uh, it's a fantastic book. It's amazing. I remember we had a conversation before while you were writing this book as well. And what I appreciate about this book is you kept it so honest, so authentic, right? And you have expressed your journey with no holds bar, right? That's very important when you're writing, not trying to project something, as if uh, groundbreaking and trying to make up something. You have so honestly poured your process in this, and so profound it is. And we all go through the same process. I think there's so many times you keep reading and you're like, oh yeah, I went through this and it's a similar thing. And then the choices you made has made you the person you are. um, Fabulous guy. So I think my favorite would be the chapter number 17. It is called Battling the Blues. So, Saga, would you be so kind to talk to us about this chapter?
Uh, See, Battling the Blues was when I left London and came back to India thinking that I'll get a good job, because in London back there I had a big fat salary, a good job, a customer representative to Mercedes Benz. So, I mean, an MNC to work with. And then I come down to India, and the person that was supposed to connect with me is out of the blue. And that's when I was struggling. I went into a kind of a mode where I'd lost everything. I don't know what to do. I was not being able to focus. And too many things happened in that chapter. I'm not going to reveal everything. But the best thing that happened during that time is, yes, I discovered myself and I discovered my beloved wife, Mansi. And yeah, that was something really amazing that happened. Rest is a secret for people to read, or I would give it to Malika to share her insight of why did she chose that chapter.
So I think this is about the time where we were in deep discussions with Sagar as well, Sagar and me. I'll tell you what talks to me most about this is actually talking about your work life crisis or career crisis that you go through, and
Yeah.
the work life pressures you go through from people, from systems, from processes and procedures. You see, I think we spend very good amount of time in career. I think one third of our time just goes in, spending time on your career. You and imagine if that part of it is not positive, if it is the one which is adding stress to your life. Imagine you would be in so much of pain, and it is not something that you could wiggle out. It's not a 1 hour thing. You're spending good 8 hours at work every day. So I think that's when this was very close to me, because I've been there. I worked in corporates. I came to a point of breakdown too. And one is about people issues, right? We are not able to connect with people, or sometimes, unfortunately, we find difficult people who make it very difficult for us to survive. So I think that's the one which connected to me most, and the kind of choices you have made. And that is the time it tests your resilience. Its resilience is not about how to dodge difficulties, how to escape difficulties, how to duck responsibilities. Resilience is about whenever you come across challenges and problems, how soon do you get up? How soon do you dust yourself and then get back into the game? That's what it is. And then, even at the time of such deep pressure, what kind of choices you make, whether you would be saving or running for your life, or you decide to stick there and grow with the people. Because there are times when, whenever we come to such difficult times, we like to disassociate, and we like to isolate ourselves, and then in that isolation we make the problem bigger than it is, and then we make a mountain out of the molehill. But it is also important to have that 360-degree view and understand that this is just a problem, one small part in your entire life, and you can take care of it.
Yep.
So I think all of those things are here. It's a total Bollywood drama. You guys must read it. It's beautiful.
Oh, I'll summarize what battling blues and what it was. I would say the strength lies in compassion and tolerance. Because while I was battling with the blues and what indication of corporate life which Malika gave in, the thing was I left a job in UK and came back to India for my family, but someone also promised me a job here in India, and things happened in such a way that things at his hand were also not good. And being compassionate, being full of empathy, paid at that time, because you cannot judge a person with one incident that happens on that day. You judge a person from what you have known him in his life. A person behaves based on situations, which does not mean that the person is like that. And that's exactly the message which I wanted to give everyone in the book, that life is not about one incident.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely.
while I say that, Malika, one last question that I would like to ask is, what's your personal feedback or recommendation for the viewers today from the book, or you can use an example for them about the book. That's your choice.
The same thing that you have said right now, I think that is so profound, that we are so quick to make judgments, right? When things go wrong, we are so focused on that one negative about this person that we forget all the positives that has happened, that he has or she has done in the past. So I think giving benefit of doubt and coming from a place of compassion always works. And it also helps you to understand that you're not the victim. Most often than not, we are the drama queen. We are the victims of the story all the time, and the world is against us. But when you come from a place of compassion, and when you come from a place of understanding, you actually change the game completely. I think that was beautifully said in this book, Sagar, and I would recommend everybody to read this book, because it's a story about you and me. It is a story about what the challenges that we go through too. And when you look at this book and see the kind of choices he has made, or even he's been so authentic enough to say the choices he has not made, which he wishes he should have done. It it's a beautiful way to learn life lessons, and in such a interesting way. And his stories are, I like the way he has written, very simple. Um, and it's a good read. It's as if you're sitting with your friend and, over a coffee and listening to his life stories. And the best part is you come out more wiser and more kinder, and it just makes you feel good. So I think I would recommend everybody to read this book.
Thank you, Malika. And that was amazing to have this conversation with you. And today, everyone who is listening to this conversation, please connect with Coach Mallika. in case you want to discover your inner peace. She's always available to support, and she's been a sweetheart. I've known her from last 3 years, and every time I talk to her, all you get is bundle full of positivity, energy, and one word that I learned from her was awesome. So now anybody calls me, I'm sure many people know that whenever they ask me how is life or how are you doing, my word is awesome. So this session has been awesome, Malika, with you, and thank you very much. Any parting comments, any last words? And yes, I know that you are not a marketing person, but I'm going to interfere here and ask you, why don't you share about what you do for the inner peace or for the emotional well-being? And I'm sure there's something coming up. And why don't you spell out the secret beans here?
Oh, great. First things first, you asked me about the parting thoughts. I know Sagar again, same 3 years. It happens to be a coincidence. Both of us know each other for 3 years. But the point is that I have known him as this very positive person, so eager to learn, and his people skills. I mean, the connection is amazing. I think I believe that you cannot connect with another being without being so beautifully connected with yourself. And I have interacted with his family, and I have seen him go through, that battling the blues phase. And so beautifully and gracefully he has maneuvered from there. Pain happens, but suffering is optional, they say. So he has actually gone through the pain. I will not deny it. But then he showed that inner integrity and strength uh, to not choose the easy path and escape from that place. And so I have personally witnessed that journey of his. So that's another reason why I would recommend everybody to read this book. It's very important. um, Coming to what I do for my inner peace, I have been there too. I have, like I shared at the beginning of it, I was at the verge of burnout, and the depression pills were right there. But what saved my life is my journey within. And so I work with mindfulness and meditation to help people drop within and connect with themselves. And during this process, I have learned various psychological and spiritual modalities to help people process their emotions in a healthy way and release trapped emotions from their body and from their subconscious mind, so that they can pursue the life they want to create. Basically, first create a life they love. So I do this by helping people identify the emotions they're going through, because most often than not, we are so well trained in suppressing the emotions that we deny them so much. But when you suppress the emotions, they do not go anywhere. They are there in your subconscious mind. And then as you go, these are still bottling up. These are still somewhere you're trapping them in your body. And one fine day, you blast, and something terrible happens. God forbid. It could be a health challenge, or it could be a loss of a relationship, or it could be another bigger challenge. And when people sit back and see, they will see that there's so much of pent up negative emotion they've been dealing with for so long. And one day they just express themselves. I call this a pressure cooker effect. It just blasts out one day, and then you look at this guy who's calm and suddenly he's losing his steam right now, and you think, what happened? I just said a small thing. Why are you overreacting? So that overreaction comes from that years of suppression and whatever trauma we have gone through. So, and science says that we spend 90% of our energy in suppressing these emotions. Now imagine 90%. So if you use the same energy in creating a life you love, there's so much more you could experience and achieve in life. So when I have seen in my clients also, when they have released these toxic emotions from their system, from their subconscious mind, their income increased, their health improved, and they have come out of migraines and headaches, and even diabetes. The latest client I worked with is, he said, I've never seen such healthy numbers before. So that is another thing. So you see, once you get your inner game right, it reflects on the outer game, and every aspect of your life just gets better. So I'm doing this 8-week emotional mastery program. So if there is anybody who's interested, please do reach to me, and I would love to share more information about it.
Lovely. So thank you very much. And guys, this is the link for Mallika Rao. Get connected with her on LinkedIn and experience the mesmerizing effect that she would bring in your life. Thank you very much, Mallika, for being on the show. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and I thank you for this opportunity. And it's always so much fun to talk to you. God bless you.
Bye bye. And for live audience, type in your comments and chat below. What more would you like to ask Mallika? What more would you like to have conversations with? Who would you like to see on the show? And I promise I will bring them on the show. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. Bye bye.